In her skin, it had already been a few weeks since Lexi moved into the cottage after her aunt died. It was small, cozy, and quiet, far from the nearest city or even neighbors, nestled right next to the forest and its strange, silent inhabitants. Lexi remembered clearly how she had loved exploring the woods as a child. Every summer she'd visit and spend months playing in the trees. The forest had felt safe then. Her aunt would tell her stories about the animals they could see right outside the windows. The little house was perfect for them both. Everything she needed was there. But now that her aunt was gone, it felt different, cold. The forest looked darker, more secretive, despite autumn setting the leaves ablaze with green, gold, and crimson. And tonight, it felt especially eerie. The sun had long since set, but the full moon bathed everything in a silvery glow. Lexi, who usually loved nights like this, stayed close to the fireplace until she heard a noise just outside the window. It wasn't unusual. The animals, used to her aunt, sometimes got curious, but tonight was too quiet. No owls, no footsteps, not even the wind stirred the trees. Lexi stood up quietly and walked to the window. Something felt wrong, and goosebumps prickled her arms. She reached for the curtain and gently moved it aside. What she saw made her gasp. A beautiful red fox sat on the grass in the clearing between the house and the forest. It was facing the trees, its tail slowly sweeping side to side. It looked big, almost too big for a fox. Maybe it was a trick of the light? Perspective? But then it moved. First, it stretched, slowly, elegantly, hypnotically. Then, it turned to face the house. It looked right at her. Their eyes locked through the glass, through the narrow part in the curtain. Its eyes were beautiful, hypnotic. Lexi couldn't look away. She couldn't think. She saw in them the whole forest, its wildness, its freedom. She felt herself running fast, wind in her fur, leaping over roots and rocks. But she also felt fear, humans nearby, hunting. She was hiding, protecting her cubs. Then, darkness. When Lexi came back to her senses, everything felt wrong. Her body ached. Her limbs felt unfamiliar. She was lying outside on dewy grass. How had she gotten there? She couldn't remember. Had she been out all night? She tried to stand but couldn't. Her arms? No, her limbs weren't moving right. Panic set in, and then she saw herself. Her body was still mostly human, but not entirely. Short red fur was spreading across her skin. Her fingers were shortening. Something was growing from the base of her spine. She touched her face. Her nose was stretching forward. Her ears, it felt like they were crawling up her skull. This had to be a dream. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! She screamed, but the sound came out wrong. Her voice cracked, broke into yelps. Bones shifted inside her. Her limbs bent the wrong way. The pain was sharp, primal, all-consuming. She passed out again. When she awoke, it was over. She was a fox, fully. Soft red fur, delicate paws, a long snout. No more tears, no more screams. Just the sharp, echoing bark of a frightened animal. Dazed, she stumbled to the front door. This had to be a dream. If she could just get inside, lie in bed, she'd wake up. She pawed at the door, scratched at the wood, tried to reach the handle. The door creaked open. Standing in the doorway was her, Lexi, human, just as she had been the night before. For a moment, hope flickered. Then the human Lexi kicked toward her. The fox stumbled back. "Go away!" the figure screeched. "This body is mine now. I got it fair and square." "I thought I'd be stuck as a fox forever, until you came along." She grinned, her voice sharp and unnatural. "You should have listened more carefully to legends, and to that old woman's warnings." Then Lexi remembered. The stories about people going missing, her aunt's warnings never to look wild animals in the eyes. The trinkets, made of feathers, bells, and herbs, hung around the porch and windows. They weren't just decorations, they were protection. and now they were gone. The scent of lavender, sage, and peppermint, once so strong, had faded days ago. She was still processing when the pain hit. A shoe lay next to her. Human Lexi was holding the other, ready to throw it. Lexi panicked and ran. She didn't stop. Not through the trees. Not when the branches scratched her sides. Not when the forest seemed to lean in to watch. Hours passed before her legs gave out, and she collapsed in a meadow. Just for a moment she rested. Then, voices. Human voices. She pushed herself up. Mr. Peterson, Mr. Clark, and Eric! Joy surged through her. She forgot what she looked like. She ran toward them, only when she saw the fear on their faces and the gun raised in Mr. Clark's hands did she remember.